clear, I think exercise is wonderful and healthy, can improve cardiovascular function, maintain strength, bone density, all that good stuff. But just working out or doing your exercise of various kinds will not change your nervous system. It will maintain it, and it can certainly improve other health metrics, but it is not going to open up the window for plasticity. The question we need to ask is, can behavior change the brain? We already agreed that the brain can change behavior, but can behavior change the brain? And the answer is yes, provided that behavior is different enough in specific ways from the behaviors that you already know how to perform. Let me repeat that. Can behavior change the brain? And the answer is yes, provided that behavior is different enough from the sorts of behaviors that you already know how to perform. And I should have added the word well, because you can't obviously perform a behavior that you don't know how to perform because you don't know how to do it yet. But there's a key element to accessing neuroplasticity that, frankly, I don't see out there in the general discussion about neuroplasticity. In the general discussion about neuroplasticity and about learning, I hear all these gimmicks about using different ways to remember lots of people's names and arranging things into their first letters and mnemonics and all this kind of stuff, which frankly to me feels really gimmicky. And I think that if you look at super learners, they tend to be people that have a process of, say, extreme memory. But people who have extreme memory, generally, the literature shows us, are pretty poor at other things. So I don't think most of us are interested in walking around knowing how to remember everything. In fact, there are some interesting studies looking at humans who over-remember, and they suffer tremendously because they remember all sorts of things, like the number at the top of their receipt at the bodega that they bought at Coca-Cola 10 years ago. This is useless information for most people. They don't do well in life, really. So the goal isn't to remember everything. The goal is to be selective about your brain changes. And when we talk about brain changes, I want to highlight adaptive changes. There's a whole category of things that we're going to discuss when we talk about traumatic brain injury and dementia, a topic for a future episode, about all the things that happen when you have damage to your nervous system or you're missing neurons. But today, I really want to talk about something that I think is very near and dear to many of your hearts, which is, what are the behaviors that you can engage in to access neuroplasticity so that then you can apply that plasticity to the specific things that you want to learn or unlearn. This is very important because I don't want people to get the impression that we're really talking about learning a bunch of motor movements.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the button, subscribe, and see you in another video.